Hello. Pretzels. Okay, I'm gonna really quick get in touch with the VOD reviewees for today. Make sure that they can get into the lobby and the VC. Sometimes when you type someone's tag into Discord, it doesn't show up in the search bar even though you've messaged them before. And I don't like that. But we are now resolving the issue. Okay, so here's the thing, right? This image that I've been using repeatedly to guard pool names because it's the only one that's blown up this big. There's actually another cat in it. Whoa. So today, instead of focusing on Dash, we are focusing on Pearl. There's also a puppy, but I don't think anybody here is ready for that yet. Okay. Oop. Oop. Here. Okay. Thank you to all of our brave cat defenders for keeping the passwords and the pool names safe. So, hop in the call. And now you should see the thing. No, you won't see the thing. I've got to fix the thing. There you all are. You were just hiding. So, hello to Devi, hello to Woomy Quackity, hello Unity Gamer and Bixbite, hello, and hello Gooies and Fear Knight, hello Dragon Tamer and Sir Lord, hello Dragonstar 912. Right after PPMD stream, just as planned, yes. And hello Megan, and hello Frost, and Buster, and Nexlation, and Red Panda. Hello Lotus Heart, and Dark Flame, and R. Hello Nana Q. Hello Pixel Fury, and J Vicstar. What's today's class again? Today's class is a private lesson that you get to watch in on for Corey and Organic Ink, provided that both of them remembered and are going to respond eventually. Hello to Holy Oreo and Igor and Specs. I am free from school. You can't drag me back. You're not from Squid School. You're not. Hello to Corey. We are on stream, and I've just dragged you up. I'm getting the volume adjusted. Would you mind saying something really quick so that we can hear where the volume levels are at?
Oh, I'm sorry. My headphones weren't working.
Okay. That looks pretty good. The volume levels are in a good spot there. So thank you for that. Hello, Joshua. Do you consider Tetris a meta pick? Yes. They're definitely viable. Hello, not Huddy. Give me a pretzel? Sure. Here, one sec. There you go. There, just take it. Just reach in and grab it. Are you changed your mind? You're not hungry? Okay. I really don't like picking meta for some reason. It just makes me not want to play. Well, if you're asking about the Tetras, kind of sounds like you're enjoying the Tetras. So you should just play the weapon because you enjoy it. There's this stigma around playing meta, which I think is very silly. I don't get why people think it's not cool to win the game with a strong weapon as opposed to winning the game with a weak weapon. Like, obviously it's interesting how someone manages to win with a weak weapon, but like, if you're trying to win the game, just pick a weapon that you're good with, right? It's gonna work well for you.
Oh, by the way, I'm just booting up my Switch.
You're just what?
I'm just booting up my Switch to get ready.
Sounds good. All right, see you soon. Hello, Ane, and hello, Technical Difficulties. Hello, Julius's Perfection. Hello, Aurora Marie. Hello, Buster and Eclipse at Dusk. Hello, Moth Mage. Hello, Agent 4. Hello to Sonic Smash Bro. And hello, Splatant. And hello to... I think I said Red Cat already, but hello, Diamond Star. Haven't seen you there yet. Hello, Brendino the Great. Hello, Air Fryer Kitten. Hello, Flame Burst Forever. Hello, Olives and Inkling Gamer. Who are you playing with? We're going to be playing with our two VOD reviewees, the people that we're going to be coaching today. So one of those is Corey, and the other is Organic Ink. Organic Ink has not responded yet, but Corey is here in the call with us. So you'll be seeing their little bubble pop up right up there above my head. And we'll probably fill in the other spot with Devi. That's usually how that goes. How do you see your own battle replay codes? It isn't the most reasonable way to do it, to be fair. What you have to do, and I don't think I can access the computer terminal while I'm in this mode. No, I can't. But you go to the replay and click on it, and then there's an option to click upload as opposed to play. And from there, it'll show you the code, which is a little bit weird, but that's where you get it. Hello, Bixie. Hi, Mr. Gem. Have you heard of the game called Squid Aimer? And if so, what are your opinions on it? I have not. Actually, thinking about it now, it sounds familiar. If you were to describe it, I'd probably remember. But hello, Jocelyn. And hello, Glyphic and Chilluna. And Red Yoshbu. And hello, Ryan. What would you say if they put Tentamissiles for 190p on Dynamo? That might see use. The Dynamo players would be very happy. They already have Flingza, though. I don't know. You'd make OBT very happy, and people like OBT. And most other people would be like, why? With Burst Bomb, of course. Yeah, honestly, solid weapon, I don't know if it's the best weapon in the game yet, but it's definitely an option at that point. And hello, Whistlewind Wolf. And hello, Scaly06, or Scally06. And hello, Xeno Haste. Trying to learn charge or any good tips. There is a backline positioning guide that I've found to be very helpful that Devi puts together for all of the maps, which I will copy and paste into here. I don't think Devi's done with the new ones yet, as far as I'm aware, but it should give you a pretty good idea of where you want to be positioning. So that would be a good.
Not had the time to finish those up completely.
Yeah, and I haven't had the time to go in and make the call outs either. So we're both in the same boat.
Scheduling fun.
And I've been doing a bunch of interviews for the Play Versus video, so it's been taking a lot of my time. Do you think Missile Meta would return if there was a kit similar to K-Shot? It would definitely see a lot of play. I think K-Shot was definitely a better weapon than the Splatana Wiper Deco is. But for Missile Meta to really come back in a big way, what you need to happen is for the nerf to missiles to be reverted, which let you farm missiles while the missiles were still in the air. If that were to happen, we would see a lot of reflux. But that's not the way that it is. And reflux is the best missile farmer that the game has ever seen in terms of pure output. Like, you just paint better with that main weapon than you could paint with any main weapon in Splatoon 2. But because of the maps being a little smaller, because of the inability to farm the missiles while you're currently firing them, you just kind of can't farm them the way that you could in Splatoon 2, which I think has been very healthy and positive for the game. Corey, let me know when you are in the pool, and I'll send out an invite so that you're able to join.
Okay.
Clams. I like that I keep getting humpback all the time on rotations that I play on. It's fun.
That's nice. Flameburst asks, Flameburst Forever asks, Yo, Gem, got any tips for October Rush? Which was supposed to be October Rush, which is funny. Thank you, autocorrect. So one of the big advantages that Octobrush has that other weapons don't is its ability to like hit down over ledges and from a pretty fair distance. So what you tend to see a lot of Octobrushes do is trying to shark on top of stuff and flicking down over the side of them. Like on Inkblot, for example, the right and left stacks, Octobrushes love to sit on top of that because then they can hit down over any of the different sides of the stack without having to expose themselves to line of sight weapons. And hello, Dillswerb. Keystune asks, what's your opinion on S-Blast? The main weapon is by far the best blaster that's in the game. The kit is arguably the worst blaster kit that's in... Actually, I don't know. Because the V Rapid Pro honestly might be worse with Ink VOD and I think Toxic Mist. That might be worse. They both have some synergy with the special. It's just a really weak special. But man, is Sprinkler not doing enough for that weapon. Hello there, S4 Gimmick. Hey, Squid. Might check out that backline guide too. Thanks for linking it. Yeah, no problem. Do you think there's any way Undercover could ever be viable? It was viable in Splatoon 2 when it had armor and torpedo. That weapon was actually meta when it launched, and then they nerfed torpedo and it was a little bit less viable, but people could still use it. Is it just me, or was Humpback Pump Track more fun in 2 than 3? I don't know. I like them both.
It feels the same.
Yeah, feels the same.
I mean, the specials give it a different vibe sometimes, but it still feels the same.
Hey, Jem, I'm in Splash Jail. Do you have any tips for Crab? You're basically a backliner when you're playing Crab. Like, look at the backline positioning guide that I just linked and, like, use that to determine where you want to Crab.
Oh, I got a badge.
Since, Jem, you're a Splattershot main, any tips? I feel like I rush in too much. Also, do you watch replay codes? Yes, first of all, watching your own replays can be really helpful if there's something that you feel like you're not understanding about what's going wrong. Although, it's often more helpful to have someone else's perspective, because you saw what you did, and if you didn't figure out what was going on after one watch, then it might take somebody else to point it out. I feel like I rush in too much. As a splatter shot, it's really important to maintain your stealth and go in with a teammate. Like, let a teammate start a fight and then go in and finish it rather than starting the fight yourself. Especially since you've got a Trizuka that you can fall back on. Like, you don't need to get forward. If all you do is paint for special, you can get a fight started if you just hit someone with the Trizuka and then swim in afterward. Thoughts on Brella's getting eternally screwed over by netcode? I mean, what more can I say about that than that it's a tragedy and bad? What is the best poster to play Splatoon? I don't know what that means. Might be a typo or an autocorrect in there.
Sorry, I'm taking such a long time. My internet isn't the most forgiving today.
Okay. Well, just let me know when you're ready for it. I'll keep talking to the weirdos in chat.
Okay.
Chara did pretty well at Splatoon quals. They're going to nerf S-Blast in the ground. They're not going to nerf it to the ground. I don't see that being something that Nogami is specifically looking at. Like, oh, Chara's too strong. Like, I don't think that's part of their decision-making process. Any tips for practicing inkjet aim? Maining Nova, but missing a lot of important shots, even though I hit all the moving dummies most of the time. Human targets are going to move differently and less predictably. One thing that a lot of early inkjet users do wrong is they try to fire the shots from way too far away. And so people can just see them coming and react to where they're going to land before they get there. Inkjet is actually best used from fairly close. Like, you come up from underneath a ledge and just direct someone at like point blank range from above them. From there, you're aiming at places where you don't want opponents to be. Think about every shot like it's a bomb, like a suction bomb that just explodes immediately. And you'll kind of have an idea of like how to actually aim those things. There are cases where you can trap people. There are cases where you can flush people out from behind cover. There are cases where they don't have their feet painted and they can't get out of the way in time and you just direct them. But a lot of the time you might need to be playing a little bit more reactively. Or, sorry, predictively.
I'm in the pool.
All right, awesome. Devi, we lost you there for a second. Are you good?
I know, I went out to go scrub my shirt.
Okay.
I still have like 10 games off of a ticket I'm using to make a build, so I'm gonna wear that shirt while I play.
Any tips for using 42 gal? I'm going through a phase. I'm assuming 52 gal. Wall, whale, wall is a really strong combo for walking forward. Because normally you can't put two walls in a row, but the whale refills your ink tank. Jem, do you know about Twitch's new ban on simulcasting for all streamers? I figure you'd know, but still. Yes, I tweeted out about that. Here's the thing about that rule. If I leave Twitch, or sorry, if I decide not to simulcast, let's start there. If I decide not to simulcast, Twitch is not the platform I'm staying on. I'm going to YouTube. YouTube is what I have monetized. I already don't have Twitch monetized. So, like, losing the platform of Twitch isn't a big deal to me. And that means that they don't have a lot they can threaten me with, right? What are they going to do? Ban me? Well, if I were to follow the rule, I would be leaving Twitch anyway. So, like, there's no point to following their rule. If anything, it's better for them to let me break their rule, because at least then I stay on Twitch. Like, it's not very well thought out. Any advice for Carbon Deco? You are an ambush predator. You are waiting in the ink for unsuspecting passersby, and then you go om nom nom. And so you're trying to play to maintain stealth at all costs, and you're trying to make it so that you're technically consistent enough that as soon as you get in range of someone, they will 100% go down every single time. No missing. Simulcast specs. Right now I'm streaming to both Twitch and to YouTube at the same time. Like, the signal from my computer is going to both places, and channels on each. That's officially not allowed according to Twitch terms of service.
Okay, the password was...
I DM'd you, and do not read it out loud.
Oh. My bad.
Is that milk? No, it's a water bottle. How do I apply to get coached? So the Tuesday VOD reviews, there you are. Riz, nice.
I made that my name as a joke.
That's going to be all of us for now until I hear back from Organic Ink. So we can get all set up when we're good. The question was, how do I apply to get coached? On Tuesdays, I do free VOD reviews, and the only thing you need to do is wait in line for those. We're out till late July at this point, so DM me over Discord and we'll get that all set up. If you want it any other time than Tuesdays, then that'll work through Metafy, which you can find in my links, which I will link here. There are the links, and you click on the one that says Metafy. Have you been playing NZAP? Stares at NZAP. No, but it's good right now, and I want to try it out. Okay, so we got a ballpoint and a heavy. We'll
be fine.
Cool.
It's Humpback and Ink VOD. You know what I'm gonna do. I also have a Kraken, so you know what I'm gonna do.
So.
And with your coolers.
Right, I was gonna say we'll get the coolers so that Debbie has even more run speed.
And it DC'd.
Oh. Oh. I'll just wait for the new room.
Yep, new room is up. You should be able to see it now.
Jem, what is it? The replay code that you had up earlier at the start of stream, that's one of the VODs for today?
The replay code that I had up? I did a...
Yeah, it was with, with Orca Balestra and the other team.
Yeah, that was for a lesson from earlier.
Oh, okay. I was like, hey, that's the other set from the pool I was in last night. Because both those teams were in the same pool as me.
Yeah, I had a lesson with Bear.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a second, why is this familiar? Oh.
Hello, Woofnik. Is that a Slavic word, or is that just something that someone made up? All right. Do we need a fourth? Yeah, eventually, or for the time being, we might not need one later, if Organic Ink shows up, but we could definitely bring you in, Jamie.
So since people are trying, like, you know, since Wiper Deco is now being called the diaper, people are trying to make Heavy Deco called the Devi. So I was like, I have to 5-star this thing now.
Blaster on left. We got them. Bucket on left as well. They're weak. Got them.
I'll be behind you in about 3 seconds.
Cutting off their escape. There's one still over there. They jumped.
Oh. Oh,
The
dang.
crown.
Oh. No.
They have released the
Uh-oh.
Kraken.
Blaster behind. Hit him once. Traded.
Yeah.
Oh, aim.
Oh.
We DC'd.
One of us DC'd. It was Corey that
point.
DC'd, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure we've all been in this situation, because when I first started, I didn't have wired connection, right? I didn't have any access to Ethernet, and this was back in S2, like when I
Devi,
first
fix your
started.
internet!
Oh yeah, this is where this became a thing. Well, it was actually after the fact when I
Right.
fixed it, which
It was
made
after
funny.
Devi fixed it, yeah, that was the joke.
So I kept, like, lagging on and off. So I was the laggy Clash Blaster in Tower Control in A rank, in S2. And then I just couldn't stay connected all the time. And then I got it fixed. And then, what is it, Toxic, former teammate, just continued to blame every DC on my internet, even when it was fixed.
Oh.
Lobby's still up.
I'm relying purely on the hotspot
Jamie can hop in now.
connection.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Oh,
Sounds
hi,
good.
JB. Sorry, I couldn't
Hi.
hear you. Are you far away from your mic? Or is it on the wrong mic?
It might be on the wrong mic.
I think
Yeah, it
it's,
sounds
on,
like
the
it's on the
wrong
wrong
mic.
mic.
You
That sounds
sound
like a
like you're
webcam mic.
across the room.
1 sec, it might be picking up my my video camera.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
How's that? Better?
Yes, that's better.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Jupiter, the reason that it counts as a loss is that if it didn't count as a loss, then what people would always do is whenever they were about to lose, they would just disconnect themselves. They'd like unplug their Ethernet cable or something, and now they'd get off that loss scot-free. So while it sucks, like, it's the only way that you can prevent that abusive behavior from messing with online rankings and stuff.
I have a nice big bowl of ramen now. It's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. The Rizzlord returns.
Oh no, not the Rizzler.
Drop some
Beautiful.
frames there at the end.
Does that not normally happen to you guys?
That happens pretty often in the lobby
Yes.
anyway.
It's
Yeah.
always Becca and Buddy.
Mm-hmm. Pika says, Jamie, you should totally use the Hydra.
Totally.
Ah, yes.
I would.
Okay, if I end up DCing again, I will just
Oh, I'm
watch,
down. I missed
because
that
I don't want to
game.
like keep jumping over the
Left
screen.
side 2,
Oh,
potentially
alright.
3.
Oh,
Rotate left. T-Tag's there. Oh shoot. Yeah, there's 3.
oh, oh,
And I'm down, but I have cooler.
Careful on this look.
Oh.
This look a slick.
Oh, did I?
I missed.
Beautiful.
I'll have Kraken shortly. Oh, we DC'd again.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
I thought I could score before
I am so
kick this out. Yeah, no worries, Corey. No worries.
Okay, I'm really.
It happens. It really is okay.
It is not your
Like I
fault.
said, we've all had this moment. Jamie's had the same thing happen too in the past.
Multiple times in a row.
During tournaments.
Oh,
Yes.
Is there any way you could like screen share on Discord, or should I just?
Yeah.
hop on the
Yeah,
screen?
I can do it with sound.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Do we keep going or?
Yeah.
I hit keep going.
Yeah, you guys
pull
can
it up
go
here.
without me.
It's alright.
It's all good.
You'll
Yeah,
have,
like I don't even.
you'll
I'll
get
even
all
have
of the
actually-
views.
Yeah, Sam, hop in.
Sam!
Samothy! I get to play with Sam and you last night. That was a lot of fun.
Yes. Yes, you did. Okay, well, apparently my Discord's dying.
Uh-oh.
You can still hear me, can't you?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, well, it's weird because it's frozen when I tried to hit go live, so I guess I'm just gonna leave Discord like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This is
work.
we're live, so
There, it loaded.
there you go.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I need to give Sam the pass. That's a good point.
Mm.
You can also jump in waiting room in the Squid School server, Sam, and yes, we will brag you up.
Oh man, that's Sam. So he sure is good.
He is.
Becca's
I
level
sure
one.
was bragging about Sam.
Becca's level 152. I'm not surprised. I'm at like 104 or something like that, and Becca streams pretty frequently, so she just ends up playing a lot of Splatoon.
I mean, it's like overall level or not catalog level?
Yeah, like level on in the game.
Yeah. What level am I? Kind of lost all meaning after a little.
Sicarius asks... Oh, sorry.
What?
I was about to start answering a question, and I didn't realize you weren't done yet.
No, that's fine.
Sicarius asks... Jem, have your thoughts on 96 changed since World Champs? Not really. I still have yet to see 96 Deco used to such effect that I feel like you want to run it over other stuff. I'm definitely not convinced yet. I think it's a like upper mid tier, and that there are other options that you want for a four weapon team comp. A person asks, Jem, do you have any tips for getting used to talking on call for someone without much VC experience? I have a couple of videos about that. The biggest thing is that, like, if you have all of the locations and stuff memorized and you've kind of got, you know, the abbreviations down and everything, the hard part is, like, knowing what's important enough to say. Like, coordination is not based on being a GPS and just saying everything. It's on saying what like needs to be said to win a fight, and so that takes a little bit of experience. But I have a couple of videos on that subject, so check out the one where I analyze Zero's callouts on Destiny Bond, learning coordination by VOD reviewing Zero's callouts, I think is what it's called. Tetra's coming left, and
Yep.
the other one is a guide on
They
callouts.
got me. I didn't have a charge.
What at goal?
Oh, I accidentally picked up Clam. I'm going to throw this back. Where did that come from? Oh, that's where
Got
the
that
jump
choice.
is now. Whoops.
Yes.
I forgot the
There's two
password
on the
is.
left with me.
I'm on my way. I'm coming through
Jamie, I have
the
a
trench.
Kraken.
One in
Here.
mid. Raining.
The ball. I wasn't able to pick it up. I got it jetted.
Oh, there's two at the ball.
To their bunker?
Oh, thank you. Oh, darn.
One's in our base.
To their bunker?
Yeah.
I'm down.
One's jumping in.
Mm.
Base.
Still here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get. Yep.
Oh, I died at one.
Oh, one. We're 3 down.
I got the one
Beautiful, 2 down.
Tetris. There's one more underneath here.
Yep.
Hit him twice. Nice.
No.
Jump to my ouch. Jump to my ouch.
Done.
Okay, cool.
There's a Tetra going left. They're
I'll
always
change
gonna
to
go left.
another
Yeah.
shooter after this, by the way.
Okay.
Tetris pushing me window. I got him.
I'm busy.
So one
Another one
there.
left.
Traded.
Nice trade.
Last one, their bunker.
Okay, I'm ready to push in and try to score.
One got me in mid.
Yeah, they got me too.
Tetris.
We were it.
Yeah.
They're just running in.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a crab.
Yeah.
several pushing me left.
Yep.
I'm getting ink jetted.
Yep.
Got one of them.
Nice.
Tap the inkjet.
I'm down to the inkjet. There are 2 on left. 3 on left now.
Yeah.
Just going for
all of
ball.
them. All of them are
Oh!
left now.
Yeah,
Okay.
got one.
Yeah.
Got another.
Oh my goodness.
Just
Rest in
the
peace.
Nova at a goal. At goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
he's
have
got
2
a
jump
green.
ins.
Got one of the jumps. I'm down to the inkjet. Nice.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Watch left side. They keep pushing there.
Mm-hmm.
yep, got one.
Sam got one.
Nice.
As you go. As you go.
I
Strike up.
couldn't-
On the rail.
Cooler mid. One behind. One behind. Nice.
Ah, one in mid.
Yeah, I see
See
him.
him.
Two.
Traded them. I'm down. Oops, that was supposed to be an ouch, but I got up with cooler so quickly.
Oh, I died around a wall.
Beautiful. 2 down.
One mid.
See him.
Yep, crab.
Ah, I'm down to bomb. You can see it.
Close to
They're
cooler.
from bunker.
I'm right behind you, Sam.
Cooler out mid. Tetris on the cooler. Traded Tetris.
I have a Kraken. I'll save it for last hurrah.
One's on left. It's a Nova. Got him.
Nice.
There's another one over here.
Here, I'm just gonna strike.
Ain't.
There's one in their trench.
We have 4 clams. Can...
Cooler out in mid.
One
No
jumped
window.
out.
I have 6.
Here you go.
Got one.
Okay, there's one on
One
their
more,
flag.
one more.
I don't have any clams.
Ah, I didn't see the
Oh.
Tetra sharking here.
Nobody else has clams.
No.
I'd love to help if I had clams.
Okay, we've got a power anyway. I'm gonna throw this backwards.
Okay. Okay, it gave me the pity clam and I wasn't near it.
There's one in
Well-
mid. Backside. On left, on left.
Yep, there's 2.
3.
You can
One
hold
more.
the ball. Nah. Rip.
Ah, frick. Yeah.
I was unfortunate.
Man, my KA is probably so high. Jem, can you please explain the
Yeah,
plus
please,
servers?
Huh?
What were you saying, Corey?
No, I was just gonna. I'll wait until you answer that question.
Okay. Plus servers are scrim servers that were made by Sendu, who's a top European player. Originally, it was just a way for people to get pick up scrims with like a bunch of friends who were all top level players. But people were realizing that they were getting like the best practice available from those servers, and so it became very political who got to get in there. So they made more servers, +2 and +3, to try and help with the overflow there and give more people chances to get scrims. They're all based on voting. Anybody who gets in there is voted in by the people who are already in the server. And people can also be voted out if they're not performing up to expectations, or if they do something mean, or, you know, for a variety of reasons, just whether they want them there or not. And so it's +3 is a bit above my level. +1 is the best players in North America, and +2 is probably like Division 2-ish or something like that in Ludi, to give you some kind of context for how high up those players get.
Like, so like, is Starburst around +1 level, or are they way higher?
+1, they are in +1, but like the level that you need to be in to get into +1 is far below where Starburst are at.
Oh. Oh yeah, and my original question, well, I just wanted to ask you guys' opinion on the new map, Chronicle and Dime.
I think it's very mediocre. It has a big problem with lockouts, where it's too easy for the offense to take control in spawn camp.
Yep. I agree with that. It's alright.
Yeah, I feel
like by Splatoon 3 standards, it's not bad. It's just those standards are low.
I mean, for the new maps, it's pretty good, but
right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not really saying much.
Oh, I don't have super jump yet. No.
Yeah, I got bullied on Rainmaker a couple times while playing that map.
Yeah, I've got a video out about my thoughts on it.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, there were a bunch there.
Which is often my answer to questions.
Do you want to go back, Jamie?
I can. Oh, underneath.
Yep. This is not the weapon I was trying to choose.
Cooler out. Trying to get control of elbow.
Nice, Tommy.
There's
mid.
at least 2 watching elbow.
Watch
Kraken
out,
incoming. And I'm down to Kraken.
Waiting out Kraken.
Whew. I didn't trade? Someone else got it?
I apparently did. I hit him somehow. Pretty sure my bullet went around the
I did
wall.
not mean to pick this up, but fine.
One's left. Oh,
yeah, they're gonna go in through left. One in mid.
And a
On me, behind.
Jesus.
Not expecting a crab and an ink set on the...
Two bottom, or back right, like they're coming up.
Wait with your minds, man.
Indeed they are. I got one.
Bunker is clear. Dropping on one in
Oh,
mid.
no.
2 left.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
They crack it. Okay.
Watch out!
I got the very, very tip end of that.
They were gonna go back around and get you anyway.
I know.
There's 2 there, too.
Nah, they're, yeah, on my ouch too.
Okay.
To trade.
I got it,
2v2.
apparently.
Nice.
One on our window. They went on rail. I'm down.
Yeah.
They're jumping into window. They've got crab. Be ready for that.
Jimmy, you're alone in 2.
Yep.
Kraken.
There's 2 coming in from left window. They're
One on
passing
right.
clams.
Yep.
I'm being pushed around the cooler.
Nice down.
Got
No,
2.
no. Thank you.
Just gonna move
Oh.
forward.
I missed it. Didn't see the second one.
Crabs in base.
Just gonna score to distract.
Okay. This is probably bad, but
Yeah, there's 3
Yep.
there.
Got crab.
But
didn't even.
they're out of our base.
Yeah, it didn't even let me get a bomb.
Tapped one. Got him.
96 pushed me left. I'm down.
Okay, I'm lost one.
On window.
Yep.
Each it out.
Hey,
Oh!
Kraken.
They're cracking
That
on left
way.
again.
I can't move.
Okay, game. Oh
Oh,
wow,
one.
he's just farming Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
3 below basket.
Yep. Oh. Splashes by basket.
Got him.
Thank you.
Hey, crab.
I'm down on
Traded another. They Kraken.
They're both left. I'm just gonna.
Oh, two,
Why is there a
two
mine
strong
there?
left.
Under basket is 96.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
96 is on our flat now.
There's a crab.
They're gonna score from our bunker.
Who's ready to see my 15 deaths?
Who's already seen my 20?
I died quite a bit.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Jim, is the person in waiting room one of the people who should be up here?
Is that Organic Ink?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll hop out.
Thank you, Sam.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hello, Organic Ink.
Hello.
You are loud. 1 second, let me fix that. Okay. You are less loud now.
Okay. I talk kind of loud.
You're all good.
No, it's I have everyone set way too high in volume by default, and then I bring everyone down. I don't know why I do
Okay.
it that way, but I do.
I mean, I have everyone 100%. Like, at first.
Thanks for
Alright.
having me.
Yep. I
Bye,
have bye Sam. I have sent. I'm assuming Sam was leading there. And if not, he's welcome to stay. But I've sent you the password and the name of the. Oh shoot! Wait. Since I don't think I can. Oh yeah, I can resend it. Okay. So let me know when you get into the pool, and I will send that, and then you should be able to see it. And
That
you've got
was
the
part
password
of
and DMs as well.
That was part of the patch. It was great.
Yep.
Zach, I need to get my Switch.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you know when you will make a tier list video for this season? I need to see a decent sized tournament first. Like the NA qualifiers happened, but that was a really weird format, and Chara had like 3 days to play S-Blast. Like, we don't really have a good idea of where the new weapons are at yet. So, I think one more real, like, tournament with top-level players in attendance, and I'll probably have some better data to work with. Gave my niece a copy of Splatoon 2 yesterday. The indoctrination has begun. Copy of Splatoon 2? Why not 3? That's the one everyone's playing.
Oh, and before I forget, I want to say thank you to Agent 4 for the VOD review. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. For those who don't know, Agent 4 paid for the Thursday VOD reviews that we're getting this summer. That's the reason why we have Squid Summer School. They approached me in advance to tell me, like, hey, I'd like to buy 24 lessons for other people to have. And that's why all of this is
24?
happening on Thursdays.
How much per lesson?
So it's based on the rate for a 1 hour live session, which is on Metafy, which is $10.
Oh. Okay, so $240? Oh my god.
Yeet.
It was very generous of them. I appreciate the heck out of it.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a Persona 3 remake happening, so that's cool.
I've never played any of the Persona games. I've seen like Persona 5 played a bit, but never really got into it myself.
I'm making my way through 5 right now. It's fun. I'm still in the first.
I didn't even get to play the first challenge. Those time zone, the time windows suck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Jem, what's your... Oh, sorry. Jem, what's your favorite backliner to play or play with? I play with... So...
Better think about that answer, Jerry. I'm watching you.
Like, to play myself, I definitely feel like I get on the best with the heavy. That's like what I can personally control the best, I feel. I guess you could probably say like Jet, but I get too bored and start taking fights I shouldn't. Heavy can actually support that sort of aggression a little bit, but I personally think that the ballpoint is the strongest backline weapon in the game right now, and it has inkjet, so I have to, you know, give it some good points. But you know, I'll always play with Devi's Hydra.
Hey Jem, did you change the pool at all? You.
No, are you in the pool? Because I need to send out
waiting.
an invite before you'll see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in an invite now.
All right. So recruitment notification just got sent out, and you should be able to see it from there. All right. Whenever we're ready.
Definitely not playing this weapon. It was for fun last night.
Totally. That's all. It's all good.
Oh, my main is like, but
Ooh, hooligans. Nice. Nice, thanks.
You've got a booyah to work with. Oh my goodness. What is the pool? I'm not telling. We use the pool so that you guys don't join.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Ballpoint is the coolest top tier in any game. Melee Fox doesn't hold it. Okay, now let's calm down a little bit. I think both of those top tiers are significantly cooler, but Ballpoint is pretty neat. It just speaks very highly of how I feel about those other characters.
I was ready for drinks. Well.
me, I'm down. I didn't check the maps before.
Beautiful.
Definitely not a Google map.
Popping missiles on their wiper.
Beacon on the hill.
Well, that didn't work at all.
Oop!
There's three there.
Oh, what did I die to? Oh, bomb, apparently.
I should have jumped out. Several left mid.
Push down.
Man, I got the dash and I still wasn't close enough. I'm gonna farm missiles real quick.
Careful about left elbow.
Cooler in about 3 seconds. I just need a little bit more paint.
I have booyah.
You got Viper. Oh, I might go down to the Gulias and not Gulias.
Missiling 2 in mid, there's one far left.
Yeah, Tetras. They don't have
Cooler at our
they
basket.
don't got
Yeah,
special.
Oh, one's at our basket.
Yeah.
I'll go help.
I'm gonna fight with a T-Tech on the hill.
Careful, they're sharking in the corner, Debbie.
It's okay. I'm pushing them back.
Pushing
I can
mid.
semi-kite. Never mind. They painted my feet. I forgot how much range Tetros have
I
sometimes.
did get them.
Oh, I still had cooler effect.
out.
We good.
Yeah.
Down.
Oh, the fall off? Okay.
Okay, careful, bunker. It's not like I said bunker.
Back down.
Oh, I tried to bait him with it.
I got one. Tetra's on our left again. If someone can pinch the left right now.
On my way.
I'm going.
I don't know where they went. Did they go
Might
in the
have
corner?
jumped. They're in mid.
On hill.
Okay.
I know where
Clear the
basket.
score.
Oh. Oh.
Well, good.
I didn't get the heavy. They're gonna score.
I know. No, they're
Watch
not.
the left flank.
There's nobody here currently. No,
There are
there
two
is.
on the right. Two on the right. Two on the right.
Pick that up.
Back.
There was 2 in mid.
Down. Boom.
Okay.
There's still several pushing left there.
Ooh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh. I messed
There's
up
your
on the
basket.
1v1. They're all 4 under basket.
I'm gonna drop trench.
Got touches.
I'm almost.
There's
to
one
the
on
yellow.
left pushing me.
I
I'm
got one at
down.
the
Entrench,
bomb.
2 entrench.
I am really weak right
There you
now.
go.
Just the heavy, just the heavy.
Okay, let me
one
position
jumped out.
up on bunker.
Use the beacon on the back of the hill.
Got 2.
Nice.
Beautiful.
One on the bunk. Help me.
Oh,
I tried to throw a bomb that I don't have. Got him.
Behind you guys, behind.
That was a really good wall. Good try.
but here.
I can jump
guys
pity
go.
in if we get close, but
I
don't know how close we are.
Give it a
Who
try.
jumped
I
to me,
can-
Jim?
at this
I
point,
can-
I
I
have left. I've left. I don't have it.
Heavy sees me.
Yeah, yeah.
Bunch of clams behind you, organic.
Okay.
Missling left side.
Down.
I'm
shit.
down on left. They pinched.
Oh no. Jamie, watch out. Behind you.
Frick, thank you.
Ah!
Back up to me.
Okay, all 4 mid.
Viper's weak. 50.
Touch down.
Nice.
Popping missiles. They're a little bit spread
Couple
out. There's one
outside.
far left. One far left. Hit him once.
Organic, there's a cooler
Got him.
behind you if you need it.
That's 2
Thank you.
down. 3 down.
Two
Ready to
down.
Fight.
Or delayed white.
Stop light, stop light.
I have
On
4.
Ooh, I have 5 to 8. Jamie, I'm gonna try and give you this.
Thank you.
Viper on right. Down.
We're stuck.
Booyah.
Help!
I can help you get in the basket.
Got one.
I need 1 clam.
We have a power.
I have one. 1 down.
Ooh. I'm by basket. Jump!
I'm jumpable.
I'm
Jump.
down.
Oh.
Oh,
Can
no.
grab pity. Not gonna work, but
Woohoo!
oh.
Jump
No
into
way.
Gem. Or someone.
I'm still here.
Ow. Nice.
Now I need clams.
There's someone
One under
on the right,
basket's
but-
weak.
Give
Put
me
me in
your
the
clam.
six.
No.
Boom.
Score, score,
Me.
score. Ah.
Oh,
Oh, I had one. I didn't realize I had one. Shoot.
Yeah, one bounced off of me onto you.
Thanks for the raid, Devil, and hello, Aloe. Aloe is one of my teammates at LTC.
I feel like I need to be more aggressive on this, like this in general.
Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to take the space because if we get you in mid, that's great. And if you're not safe, you call for help.
Okay.
Because as soon as you retreat it, it's giving them a lot of space and loses the threat, right?
Yeah.
what's the other map?
Ink VOD.
Yeah.
Yes! I got the sub I wanted!
Double wall, but whatever.
Could work. That could be nice.
Double
in all
wall?
honesty. I don't mind. I don't mind double wall on this map.
What's double wall?
52 and Gluga.
Oh, you changed to 52. I didn't see.
Yeah. It's all good.
Same team.
Yeah.
Is the air
I like
quality
to
for you?
ramp.
I narrowly avoided any of the wildfire effects. We're at like 40. It's fine.
My parents are right now up in that like closer area that could potentially get
I'll
it.
have cooler.
I'm in the deep
Yeah.
south, so I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm in the left.
Wailing in. Got one.
Nice.
Oh,
Got
Still
two.
one there.
thank you.
Another one in mid. Two in mid. Got one.
Way down.
And that's 4.
Beautiful.
Make sure we have the clams.
I can help fight.
I'm.
One dropping left on me. I'm down.
I'm on the bats.
Do you have any clams?
Not
I'm not going.
No, I am fighting a wiper at the moment.
Just you, Debbie.
I'm aware.
Jump out if you can.
Oh, I'm dead. It's okay. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's not so much I'm dead as be right back.
True.
Got
It's
one.
like a modern age wizard's saying.
Okay, there's another.
This is a heavy.
Did you jump on left stack?
I hit them once, but I can't see. There.
Heavy's in front of me in a corner here with wiper. Oh, yep, there it is.
Another choke.
Okay, 2 on their plat. Probably gonna look left.
I got one. Dying in.
Several
There
weak
you
on plat.
There you go.
Nice.
Down.
Nice.
It's the heavy.
Heavy down. There's another
Nice.
one on me. Hit him once. I cannot see.
The ball.
Underfoot.
Ah!
I was getting
I
shot
thought I
at.
was
Don't go in. Don't go in.
passing-
Oh.
I thought I was
That was
passing
a-
the gem.
I got
Right.
one.
Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it was near me, but someone was pre-firing it. I
Yeah.
needed to fight them
Sorry.
first.
Yeah.
Two.
Two
That's
down.
2, yep.
Weak on plat. Got him.
Nice.
Last one is
Heavy
heavy.
2 clams.
Heavy down.
We
There
have
you go.
11 in total.
Died. There's some clams right tree.
I'm down to wiper.
I'm out of ink.
Uh-huh.
I'm just. Oh.
Did you miss me? Stack.
Yeah.
2. Left. Oh, I missed them.
Got one.
I'm behind the pillow on me.
I missed all of my
Okay.
shots. Left corner 2. And one pushing right.
Stack. You check.
Careful, Jamie, you're alone.
Traded.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
I was able to get
Is
through.
there still someone there?
No.
Okay.
back
One dropped in
right.
mid. One dropped into mid.
Yep, on me. Got him.
On the
Yeah, I
ramp.
learned. That bounces.
Um.
One went right, I think. Be careful. I saw shots there.
Yeah, I see him.
There's 2
I know
on
they're
plat.
Traded.
Got one.
They still here?
Can I get
No,
a
I
clam?
traded.
There's some
Uh,
clams.
I have 6,
Okay.
7, 8.
Oh,
They have
shoot,
a
they
big
didn't go-
behind you
got it.
guys.
Okay.
There's
There's
one
another
above
one.
you. Above. Up.
They killed themselves on the wall.
There's a beacon to your left, Jamie.
I can't really get it because it's behind the wall.
Oh, is it behind the wall? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looked like it was in front. That's why I said something.
You know, it's all good. Jumping off
Oh.
the mat.
Oh, there's one on me.
Right stack.
They're in mid. They're just backing up. Got him.
I got a dualies on me. I got him. Whoa.
I'll come support you.
I
I
am
don't
up on top.
Jump into Debbie if you can.
Yep, jump to me. Whoa.
Down. Nice.
It didn't let me grab it. Okay. Thanks, game.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I saw that beacon earlier, but I couldn't get
Oh,
to it.
I didn't know, because it looked like on the map, it looks like it's in front of the wall, because it's like right on it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I called it out, and I'm just like, if they jump in, the wiper's gonna get you.
Yeah. I was worried because I saw that I was there. I was like, careful, they have a beacon behind you guys. They could jump in that.
I love this emote.
Mellow Yellow, my build is like, there it is. It's on screen. If you were to build one yourself, though, I would just recommend that you go to sendu.ink/builds and do what they're doing there. There are better players than me on 52 who will be telling you how they build it.
Have you been running QR Zap, Debbie, or
Why would I
not
run
QR?
QR?
Not QR. Comeback Zap. Sorry.
No.
No.
Okay. No.
Pika says, "Do you like it?"
You want to prioritize the special right now.
Okay.
Devi, Pika asks, "Do you like it more than Splatling Hug, Devi?"
No. Splatling Hug will always be number 1. This is just my go-to when I play a non-Splatling.
Alright. We'll do one more and then we'll jump over to the VOD reviews.
Right.
Ready?
This one suits me on non-Splatling because it's like you're trying to work towards perfecting a move, and then you can see like it stumbles, right, and then gets back up and does it. I feel like that's me with any other thing but a backline roll at the moment, so that's why I use it.
It's Rayzino. I think they're a streamer. If I'm thinking of the same one.
One left. Left.
Yep, two over there. I'm just gonna drop into pit and go after them on left.
Wait, I have cooler. Wait.
Left. Calm down.
Quick. Squeezer got me.
From
on
where?
Right.
I'm by their bunk
Watch the
here.
hill.
Here,
Dynamo, basket.
there's a mini on me.
Oh, they scored. Whoops, thought that was us.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't think they have any clams though.
Yeah, but they're gonna get me before I can
Yep.
get mine in.
Up.
How'd they score? Just straight through the middle?
Yeah, I gotta really stop him.
Run away. By the way. I won.
I'm down.
Okay,
Dynamo.
wait till we have advantage here.
I gotta use it. Push.
Jump toss back the ball
Cooler.
when you can.
Okay, cooler out.
Squeezer's on elbow with
Squip
me.
down.
I
Wailing,
triggered
one behind
Dynamo.
mid.
50.
Got him.
Okay,
Just squeezer.
Yep, clams, we can
Got a
go.
plan.
One behind me.
Just behind us.
Squeezer, yeah.
Push them forward.
I'm down to Dynamo.
Ooh, yep.
Dynamo
I got
down.
trapped and missed.
Backing up.
There are two on left. Be careful.
I'm jumping out.
Keep an eye on the left, Jamie.
Yep.
Keep mid control, but left. I'll see if I can trap
Left.
one.
Left,
They're all
I can
left.
Forward.
Yeah, they're all looking at me now.
Oh. Okay, Jamie, back up. There are 3 on the right. We need right help.
Sure. Found.
Didn't hit the trade. Shoot.
Got the clam. Oh! Mini on our plat. Watch out, they have bubble.
Yeah, I see.
I can't do anything against that.
That's okay. Just
3 in
just
there?
Space it,
Yeah.
space it out.
One underneath left.
I
Thank
got the one
Got him.
underneath.
Let's wipe. Watch rail.
Okay, I'll have cooler
one on
in
left
about
as well.
2 seconds.
Left.
Okay, cooler.
Gotta
out.
jump, I'm down.
You down?
Ah!
Oh no, I got shot blocked.
Dynamo coming mid.
That was behind cover
No
there.
drop.
Yeah.
I have Booyah for retake.
Two pushing left.
I'm in their spawn. If we push this, I have 4 clams. Oh, Dynamo sees me. Hold up.
Me on the right.
Well, that was poor timing.
Yep.
Hold
I have
mid.
6.
Okay, Dynamo got me, but I'll come right back.
Good ammo.
I'm almost to Booyah.
Got 2.
They're 2 down.
Love it.
Got many pushing Swiffer. There's one jump to bunker behind me now.
Left.
Got him.
We have clams. We have 8.
I have some.
Dynamo got me
Yeah,
bunker.
live.
Dynamo dropped into mid.
Yep.
I'm down.
Done.
Okay,
We have 0 clams.
I have 3. Trying to build one.
Watch out left.
I'm on left.
Dynamo's on bunker left.
Where's the Squiffer? Help me.
I'm on left. You're down.
I got you.
I have 7.
There's still one on the top.
They're 2 down.
Here you go.
Jamie, I'm gonna build a clam and toss it in the middle.
Yep.
There you go.
Dynamo and bunker. They dropped. They got me.
Oh shoot. Jamie, watch me, watch me, watch me.
Dynamo's
Okay.
playing on bunker the whole
no,
time.
I messed up. My bad. That's dead, but we got the score, but we can't follow up. That's the only
Yeah,
problem.
no, yeah. That's. I
So
was
now we
already
gotta
in the,
build another clam.
I was
We just
already
gave them
in the
one.
action. Yeah. Sorry.
I need to just get out
I'm
of
on
this.
mid.
Or
3.
splat the Swiffer. That's also an option.
5. One's chasing me.
One's right pit.
I need clams desperately. I only have 5.
There's a bunch below. Well, okay.
That's right. Yeah. I was already in the action of jumping in. Sorry, Debbie.
I would have told you to jump when I knew it was safe.
Sorry.
That's why I said just watch, so
Just
you'd be
watch,
ready.
Okay. Okay. Definitely need work on that map.
Alrighty. So let's start with Corey. 'Cause Corey has been waiting for a pretty long time to be able to do stuff. How do you... Oh, right, everyone needs to go through their screens and then I can leave the room. There we go.
Okay, have fun.
Thank you.
Heavy.
And thank you also to Jamie for stepping in.
No, thank you. Boy.
All right. So let's see. I'm not seeing the. Do you have like a replay code? Oh no! Wait, no, never mind. Yeah, I don't see it.
I submitted it on the Google.
Oh, okay, okay. So it should be in there. Got it. Let me really quickly get to that. I think this is it. There you are. Okay. Found it. There is a typo in the code, but what I'm realizing is this is a code from pre-patch. So at this point, this code will be out of date and we won't be able to look at it. Do you have another code from more recently that you'd like us to go over instead?
The update started in.
Any match that is on your Switch right now will work because it'll wipe it from the terminal. So just like go to your terminal and look up a game from like the last 50 you played and let me know what the code is. Just like type it in.
Okay.
Do we have one from Organic Ink? We do have one from Organic Ink. How about we start with getting that uploaded? Organic Ink, you have 2 that you've listed. Which of the 2 would you like us to go over?
Let me check. Give you a second one, Justin.
So the first one is the one you prefer?
RPTU.
Okay. Okay, there we go. So we'll pull that one up, and then, Corey, you've got all the time that you need to go and look up one that you would like to share. You'll have time to like go through them and pick which one you want some advice on. And then when you're ready, just type it into a DM, and we'll go over to that one next.
Okay.
Organic Ink, are you able to see the projection through Discord?
Yep.
Perfect.
You can just call me Organic.
Sounds good. Okay. So, is this in a team setting? Is this solo queue?
This is a team setting. This was during FGIU last weekend.
Okay.
Against the previous winner.
Cool. Would you prefer that this be more of a team-focused VOD review? Like, would you like me to do this? Basically, either team-focused or solo, which means either I'm looking from an overhead or I'm looking at your perspective individually.
I think it would help if it was more team-focused. We're trying to do as a team. Okay. If you see any mechanical issues or stuff I could work on, though, that would...
All right. Sure thing. We'll see what we can see from here. So we've got an Elier and we've got Glugas, which is going to make our comp significantly. So the big thing that I'm seeing here right away is that our comp is going to be significantly worse at pushing. We have like a crab tank, but you look at the rest of the comp, who pushes in with the crab tank? You've got a Neo Splash, which is going to play a lot more supportively. And then you've got the Glugas, which are a strong slaying weapon, but they really want somebody else to be starting a fight for them a lot of the time. Like, you can definitely use the wall and sometimes catch someone out in that way, but with a midline Slayer, your positioning is a little bit more conservative because you don't want to get caught around a blind corner by someone. And the strongest pushing weapons are the ones that are okay with being caught around a blind corner. Like, if I meet a Glugas around a blind corner with a 52 gal, I'm perfectly happy with that situation. My weapon splats faster, and so I'm more likely to come out on top, and I have a faster fire rate too. So, like, the comp just, it's going to be really good at holding. Like, it's hard to push against a crab tank and a Gluga Dualies with a wall set up and an E-leader. And it's hard to push when you've got a Neo Splash that's going to paint a ton, but you don't have anything that's going to actually create space for you better than a Splash or a Glugas will. Whereas on their side, I mean, they're also running some pretty non-aggressive weapons now that I'm looking at it. Like, they're running a team of 4 supports is what I'm looking at here. So I guess you've still got a better comp in that regard, although the Splashes, you know, they can definitely run in and do some work, but that is a little bit odd, I guess. So I think the way that you play this particular game is you just try to abuse your range, because nothing outranges you. You've got to be a little bit worried about the Wiper in that it's going to do a lot of object damage and get your shield down really quickly, your wall. Plus everything has a bomb to throw at it, so it's going to get shredded pretty quick. But even if you don't have the wall, just playing around and not being in range of them is going to help you win against almost all of these weapons. And if you just like draw them out into open ground, which is where you want to be fighting from anyway because you're a longer ranged weapon than them, you'll also be drawing them into E-leader sight lines, and so that'll help them get more picks. So I would say that your comp has a weakness in that it's more difficult to push with your comp, but theirs has that even worse because literally every single one of their weapons is optimally used by painting for the special and using that a lot. So they don't have any of that either. And they're also going to be a lot easier to push than some weapons on defense. So they will have a lot of paints, and so if they're allowed to stay on the zone, they're going to be able to paint it better than you will, which means that your win condition here is to splat them, but you have the tools to be doing that because you've got the extra range. The positioning here is a little bit scary with where they're at. Nah. Actually, looking at this, you're probably fine. This is a pretty big commitment to drop down right away. But if you get the wall out here...
I did.
I'm still worried about your left side right here. It ends up working out, but, like, I think that far, like, you can just barely see the wall right now. Like, because there's pink ink that's painted straight up to it. It's kind of right at the edge there. And if anybody had dropped into mid and was right behind the spinner, they would actually have had an angle to hit you back there because the angle that the wall was at. So this kind of a play is something that you maybe want to make when you have somebody else on your team that's pushing up on the other side with you and you're trying to actually move them out of the way. But I think that was maybe a little bit too aggressive for the rollout, especially when your splashes are going to be on the left-hand side painting for special instead of helping you. But I like that we're applying pressure to this side, and that that should hopefully keep them off the zone enough that maybe Robin can sweep through on the other side and paint the backside of zone and cap it. When that doesn't happen, this feels a little uncoordinated. So you're going in really quickly, and what I'm thinking you do from there is you put out a wall to block them from being able to paint that corner of the zone. Then Robin caps the zone behind you, and then maybe we look for taking a fight. That's the pace that I'm thinking this has to get played at. Because as soon as you hard commit like this, you're too far away from any of your teammates to get help. Yes, they're popping specials right now, but you're already dead before the specials are actually doing anything. Specials don't come out instantly. Like they can call that they're using them, but that's when you want to start moving toward the enemy team, not when you want to already be getting shot by the enemy team. So this looks like a play that was called, but just that you went in on really early before they were in position to support you in. Also, typically with splat zones, I advise going for cap first if you can. Like if you think that you can just kind of bully them out of the way like you were about to, then get the cap first and then take the fight. Because then the entire time the fight is happening, you're scoring. And even after the fight is done, they have to spend extra time not just like capping the zone because like 50% of it is already painted their color. When you cap, it's going to repaint the entire zone your color. And so it's going to take them extra ticks to unpaint it and neutralize it and then cap it after they win the fight. And so that's extra time that you're scoring, even in the worst case scenario. And in the best case scenario, you've already got a head start on scoring. You don't have to win the fight and then go back to the zone and paint it and then push back up. You've already been scoring the whole time, so you've gone down a little ways, and then you're in their base again. So we're going forward a little bit. We're playing for kills rather than playing for the objective, basically. Like, we're playing to just go in and start a fight, when what we really want to do is get the objective first and then fight only as needed to keep the objective. They're already zoned out in that corner. Really, you guys have control of the zone from that position. You don't have to move. As long as, like, if you can just keep them stalemated where they're in the corner like that and you guys have control of the zone and you've got a wall in their way, if they don't like pop specials and force you out of the way, there's no theoretical reason that you have to move at all. Like, you could just stay there on the zone. You don't have to dive them like this to have control, because your team has access to the entire zone if Robin just gets around and gets that last bit painted over there. So that's what I would say early on, is like, play it more conservatively there, because you were bullying enough players away that your team could probably just cap zone off of that. Then we cap, then we fight, and go from there. So we do eventually get the cap, but at this point it's at the cost of 2 players. We're going to lose it pretty quickly. Robin is in a lot of trouble, needs to back out. And Robin goes down as well. So now we're staggering pretty badly. After you go down, your entire team should be backing up. Like, nobody wants to be stuck in that fight. Capping it on their way back is great. Like, totally go for that. But then leave. Because you don't want this 4v3 fight that they're setting up. And what happens is we just kind of go down one at a time. Like, another player goes down, and then Robin has the chance to get away, but they stay in for too long and they go down. And then Bulk Help is already way back on your plat, but they stay too close to the ledge and they get picked by the wiper here. Like, a lot of those deaths were very unnecessary. That, like, knowing that we had the numbers disadvantage, we could have just backed up, avoided those, and now we wouldn't be staggered for as long as we are. Like, let's go back and see when you go down. I think it was like 10 seconds ago or something. Okay, so you're already down over here, so it's even further back than that. Okay. So you go in and commit yourself and roll past missiles, and your feet are painted. Like, everything is screaming like you're in danger here. You go down at 439. So what should be happening here is your team backs up a bit, recognizing that they're not going to be able to keep the zone. And you get back in around 427 or so, and then you're back in play and the team can push from there. But because everybody is now staying in this fight, like Robin stays in there, Bulk Help gets spotted out here, 427 has arrived, you're back, and now you're having to wait for an entire new set of respawn timers. Like, you're waiting until Bulk Help is back to get back in, and Bulk Help was who you jumped into. They only just went down. So you're going to have to wait even longer at this point. So that stagger is definitely to be avoided. Ooh, and you go down and stagger as well. So there's no need to take a fight there. Like, fighting that player does not help you. Even if you get the 1-for-0 pick there, you still have to wait for the rest of your team anyway. So just take your time. No need to force anything.
I was definitely thinking in the moment that, like, Wiper's just going to shark the edge and I need to get out, but, like, I messed up my rolls and I got...
Okay. Oh yeah, Jim, I sent my code.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I've got the DM from you now, so we'll get that in once we're done here. Thank you. Okay, so we trade there, and then we've got the crab moving in, and so in that position, I would actually, instead of popping the Booyah Bomb, I would move in with the crab, even though you've got the Booyah. Here's my reasoning. If you Booyah from there, then you're throwing a Booyah Bomb and there's a crab tank on the map. But nobody's cross-firing and nobody's going in to actually use this. The Booyah Bomb is just like you're throwing a Booyah Bomb at someone and they get to leave in whatever manner they want. The crab is firing at someone and they get to leave however they want. If you were to go in with your main weapon and force someone out from behind cover, or if the crab were to force someone out from behind cover and you were to go in with your main weapon, you would be able to pinch someone and corner them there. And then, as soon as you got into any trouble, then you could pop the Booyah Bomb and use that to continue pushing forward. But because we use them both here, in fact, I don't think... Okay, we get one player between those two specials. But we don't really gain that much control over the map. We're able to... Like, they're still on the zone. We end up going down, both of us. So, like... I think we get more value out of each of those specials if we stagger them a little more. At most, you only ever want to be using 2 specials at once, and that's if you've got a full team push. Because specials only do things if people apply pressure from other directions at the same time. Like, a wave breaker is a trivial Mario Party minigame to avoid if nobody else is shooting at you while it's out there. Like, an ink jet, you can just hide from. A crab tank, you get behind a piece of cover that they didn't see or something and you're fine. A booyah bomb, you swim away from. Missiles, you swim away from. All of the best specials in the game are really easy to avoid if there's no pressure being put on. But if you put that pressure on with your main weapon, now they do something. And so instead of using them all at once right away and then having no force multipliers after you win the fight and get to keep pushing up, use them kind of one at a time and have someone going in at the same time the special's being used, pinch someone, get someone, then pop another special and do it again, and cycle that all the way into their base. Alright, so we're all in position now. We've got some strikes going out. Oh, bulk health goes down. That's unfortunate. And you're already really far in at this point. You've got to be super careful here. Okay, good jump. Knocking at the door here. Robin needs to be careful. So we start moving in. I like the booyah bomb into the push. You get one. And we're trying to get the one on the left over there. Let me back up for a second and see what's going on the other side of the map. Let's see what's going on with the... Sorry for the buzzing. My phone went off next to the microphone. Let's see what's going on with the splashes. The splashes are a little bit separated from you just by those strikes, but you get back with them. And then you booyah bomb. But then, okay, one of them crabs, and that's, you know, trying to help you out over here. Then, what gets you? Is there a bomb there? Oh, it's the wave breaker, right? It's got to be the wave breaker.
Probably.
Wave breaker or a torpedo. Those are the only things that could possibly reach you from there, I'd think. Here we go. Yeah, you get hit in the back by the torpedo, and then there's another one.
I think they picked C Junior specifically to counterpick me.
The big thing with any torpedo weapon is, especially with the dualies, where you're going to be committing to dodge rolls, you've got to be shooting the torpedoes. If you don't shoot them, you're in a lot of trouble. You're just going to take... They're literally going to need to hit you once, and then the torpedo will do the rest of the work. It's too much damage to risk taking unless you're completely clean. So make sure you're getting those down if you're stuck in turret mode against it. Because they had gone around the corner there. They were getting away from you. So the torpedo was really the only thing you had to focus on there. Okay. So Robin's still in trouble from that splash on the left. Robin really wanted to either push in with you and just ignore that player, or stay in a position where they can keep that player away from the rest of the team and wait until they get reinforcements. Because it looked like they kept just kind of trying to 1v1 that, and they'd really prefer not to take the coin flip. They'd prefer to just be a force multiplier on the side of the map that we're strongest and win the fight there before bringing it back to the side where they're being engaged on. It's because we end up in a fight in two separate places there with Robin on the left and you on the right that this doesn't go super well. Because again, there's nobody pushing in with you. You've got a crab, you've got an E-leader, and then you've got Robin on the far end of the map. And we need to get you and Robin together in that particular situation so that you two are fighting together. Because otherwise, someone's isolated. And in fact, both of you end up being isolated, and they take you both out. Nice pick from Zara-on.
Zarion.
Zarion, okay.
Everyone has trouble with it.
So... yeah, really well played from Zarion there. Like, that was really good aggression that we definitely needed. We pinch around at the side of the zone they're not expecting us to pinch from, and we push from the other side, and so we get a whole bunch of players that way. 3 down, and now we want to head up onto their plat as fast as possible. Nice. Get a wall in their way, and then just back up. We don't need to push we're already doing what we want to. We're already winning. We're already at an advantage. If you push in 1v4, you're going to lose that advantage more quickly. If you put a wall in their way and make them think twice about deciding to push around here and then like throw stuff at them and get in their way, then you're going to stall the most time off of the zone and you're going to score the most points. So we booyah here, put the booyah behind it, but there's already someone on top of us while we're doing that. We probably wanted one other person to come up here with you if you're going to pop booyah there. Just because you're going to be isolated out there, and so you need someone to protect your ascension, to protect you from getting shredded. Wiper is really strong at shredding booyahs. It's got a good object damage. So we do end up getting that traded back, which is great. Robin jumps out there, which is going to make it so we probably lose zone. Zarion gets one back. Ooh, gets two back. Let's go, Zarion. So now that should probably get us lead, because now you're going to be able to get installed back up here. We just need to make sure that they don't come out some other way. Zarion's committed really hard to that side over there, and it doesn't look like Robin and Bulkhelp have been watching the left. So they're just going to start spilling into mid here, and we need to respond to this quickly if we're not going to lose the zone. Yeah, we didn't have to lose the zone there. Like, they just out-rotated us. We left a really big gaping hole in the defense around the zone. Because I'm going to pull up Send Out Ink/plans really quickly to illustrate something. So give me just a second to have that fixed up. So this is museum, zones, set there. Then we'll go here to here. That is not showing anything. Very cool. Very poggers. Should be showing something good there. Nice. Or shift that around a little bit and hit that. And then I am here. Cool. Wait, I'm not showing up. Now I'm there. Okay. And here are the gamers. Okay. So in splat zones, the win condition is you keep the enemy team out of basically this box around the zone. Reason being, if they are anywhere inside this box, they can reliably paint a good enough proportion of the zone that they're going to be able to start recapping or neutralizing at least. So if you can keep them out of this area on the map, then you get to score for free. But right now we've got a player here, we've got a player here, we've got a player here. Nothing stopping them from doing this. And we need to always remember like what our actual objective is so that this kind of thing doesn't happen to us. Because none of us go down before they recap the zone because of this. They just kind of realized they didn't have to fight you and went and took the objective. So it's fine for like one person maybe to be out over here, because if you're threatening them from over here and they can't just drop safely into mid, now they're getting pinched from pressure that's like coming from this direction and from you. And now this is difficult for them to deal with. But when Zarion rotates all the way over here, and I think it's Robin is all the way back here, the only thing that's stopping the entire team from dropping in is the E-leader, and they literally don't have the fire rate to stop them from doing that. So that's why we lose the zone here. We just kind of don't put someone in between the objective and the enemy team. And that's just a general rule of Splatoon. If there is an objective, you always have players in between it and the enemy team. So if you're pushing the Rainmaker, you've got to have someone between the enemy team and your Rainmaker carrier to keep it safe. If the enemy team has the Rainmaker carrier, you always have to have someone in between the Rainmaker carrier and the goal so that they can't just run it freely. If the tower is moving, you got to have someone in front stopping the tower. There's just always got to be someone in between the enemy team and what they're trying to play as the objective. And as soon as we rotated out of position to do that, that's when we lost it. Alrighty. So we did get it back, but at the cost of a 54-point penalty and multiple players. Nice shot from Bulk Help. That'll get you back in a little quicker. There we go, and good job. We decide to rush in and get that player, and they're forced to jump out. That's good. Another way to conceptualize the problem that I have with the team comp that I discussed earlier is that you, as a Gloogadoolies, are best suited to being a skirmisher weapon. Your weapon is really good at drawing attention from the enemy team, but not going down to that pressure. Because you've got a splash wall, you've got dodge rolls, you've got a booyah bomb. Like, you have all the tools you need to stay alive in an engagement. There's, like, if you're getting caught out, it's a tactical error, basically. Or you're just getting brute forced by a whole bunch of specials or something. Like, more resources than it takes to put you there. But if you try to push forward, say, past your wall, if you dodge roll too many times, you're committed. You're stuck. You're in there, and there's not much of a way that you can get out except to maybe booyah bomb or something. So you want to, like, get their attention and waste their time, but you're not going to be as quick and efficient about moving in there and splatting someone and, like, actually taking advantage of the fact that they're looking at a teammate to get rid of them. That falls more to the job of a slayer weapon. And the problem that I see with your team comp is that you don't have a lot of slaying power on your team. You don't have a lot of weapons that are going to get in range and very reliably, consistently make someone dead. A lot of the weapons that you have are going to spend a lot more time poking or farming for special. They're going to spend a lot of time zoning the enemy team away. But at some point, somebody's got to push in with the main weapon and take a fight. Zarion is stepping up in a big way to make the plays that got you the objective work and playing that slaying role, and you're going to need more of that sort of thing from your team. But, like, until someone starts stepping forward more, you're going to draw a lot of aggro, you're going to kill a bunch of time, nothing's going to happen, you're eventually going to get run down, and you're going to lose players. So we've got to figure out a way as a team or with the weapon comp to make it so that there's a little bit more slaying power on the map.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What would you change about the team comp? Would you put, like, a wiper with the Glugas? Tetras?
Yeah, you could swap out one of the splashes for something hyper aggressive like that. You could run something like a V shot. You could run something like a 52. You could run a tri-slosher or another bucket. Like, any of those things will give you a little bit more of an ability to finish fights rather than just start them. Because, like, we've got an excess, really, of specials that we can use to start fights. We've got the strikes, we've got the crab, we've got the booyah bomb, but using all of those three in coordination with other specials isn't as good as using them in coordination with a player who's pushing and trying to splat someone who's fleeing the booyah bomb with their main weapon.
Okay.
All right, so we got one off of the plat. Zarion is up there. You're up there with him, but we don't take the fight together, and we end up both getting isolated. Notice how you both go in different directions. You both end up taking different fights. If you're going to go up there together, you want to be taking the same fight at the same time. You don't want to be putting walls in between the two of you. You want to pick a target and attack that same target from two different angles. So, like, right here, you want to be fighting the player who's shooting at Zarion, not going after another target and drawing them into the engagement too. This ends up being two 1v1s instead of a single 2v1. When you lose yours, everyone who you were fighting turns and attacks Zarion, and now they're in a 2v1 as well. So it ends up being 1v2s actually against your team. If the two of you work together there and call the same target and play on the same side, that probably goes differently. Robin's in a little bit of trouble here, but you're there to support, which is good. I like that you're recognizing that and going in to help them. Nice, we get a couple picks, and then we know that there's someone to the left, and we booyah over on the right. I'm surprised you booyah'd that person and not the person who is, like, attacking your booyah armor. Usually you want to use that to keep yourself safe if you need to. And there wasn't anybody over on the right to go after the player you booyah'd there. There was someone to go after the player on the left. But it looks like we trapped them anyway, so it works either way. So good play there to get your team back into the map. I like that you recognized where the fight was. The fight was on Robin. You went and supported Robin, and using, you know, those reinforcements, you were able to win the fight, get a couple of them down. And now we're getting back onto their plat. Nice, we use our range to get a pick, and that's exactly the advantage that you guys had over this comp, was using the range. I don't like you pushing around the corner like this unless you've got a wall in the way. Let me double check to see, because you just can't see because the names are so big over the top of it. So we get one there. So you pushing this far without a wall in the way is literally just putting yourself in range of the other weapon. That's the only advantage you're gaining from this. Because, again, you don't care about splatting them per se. If they just stay on this plat with you for the next 26 ticks, you win the game, and it doesn't matter who wins the fight or loses it. You're just here to kill time and be something that's threatening enough that they have to deal with you instead of dealing with the zone. So get a wall up here, because otherwise you're literally just making it so that they don't have to move, and now they can suddenly shoot you. Instead of before, where you could shoot them and they couldn't shoot you, and so they were backing up. So you get out of there, and you win the fight okay. This, again, same problem. And this is, like, again, the weapon comp, where you do need someone up here who's doing this sort of thing. You do need someone who's playing on their plat and being a nuisance and getting picks and stuff. But the weapon that you've chosen to put up here is a weapon that doesn't have a very fast fire rate and isn't especially reliable against short-ranged weapons that get on top of it. And you're putting it in a position where it has to go around a bunch of blind corners. So if you're going to play those blind corners, you want to be using range to cover them and be putting your wall in between you and the enemy team, rather than going up and getting up close and personal like this, because that's when you get zipped and zooped like you just did, and they're able to take you out and reclaim the zone instead of giving you the opportunity to KO. Okay, so we're going to just do a good, solid, slow push here. We've got the crab out. Ooh, going down right as the special push is starting is really unfortunate, and that's probably going to lose the game right there. Yeah, we basically didn't make it off a plat. I mean, good attempt there, but yeah, when the crab goes out, at that point in time, we need to have a lot of information about where the enemy players are, and we need to go down to a place where the crab can cover us as we move in. So going back to sendo.ink/plans to draw up how I would run this, if you're going to put the crab here, this is a relatively dangerous position because there are people all around here who could potentially have been sharking, but assuming that we've got this whole area locked down and we know that the crab is safe, in order to follow up with this, I would want someone to drop out and go this way. Because that way the crab is going to see where somebody is before they start opposing you. And they're going to be able to fire at that person so they can't oppose you, and you just get to kind of move up and take this space. If you end up dropping too far away, like over here or something, now the crab can't crossfire for you, and you're in there on your own. And I think the majority of the team gets clumped up over here, and two of us go down for that reason. We'd rather, like, even before the crab gets popped, I'd say like have someone be dropping down here and be starting to press up, then pop the crab here, and maybe they get like an explo shot on someone to surprise them, and then have this player be on top of them at that point in time. Like that's the timing you're kind of hoping for there. And that's why on like top level teams, you'll hear them talking about like when they've got their specials, they'll be like 70 to crab, 70 to crab. And that tells someone, okay, by the time they're 100 to crab, the crab is getting popped, and that's when I need to be moving. And right now they're in this position, which means that's roughly where they're going to crab from, or I can project where they're going to crab from. So I'm going to be in that position by the time the crab is up, and that's when the fight's going to happen. And that's kind of how you coordinate that. If you want more information about coordination, there is a video that I end up recommending to almost every team I ever coach that like almost nobody ever watched, and so it didn't get like pushed a lot on the channel. But it is my video on coordination from watching Zero's callouts. And I can link you that in case you haven't seen that and you'd like to take a look at it.
Yes, please. I haven't seen it yet.
All right, sure thing. So here is the link, and I'll drop it in the stream chat there, and I'm dropping it in your DM there. So that whole video will address, anytime I talked about coordination, anytime I talked about fighting together or taking the same fight, it's all coming out of that video. You'll hear me say the same things there. So you can go and check that out and bring that to the team and try to get everyone on the same page that way. And that's really the purpose of callouts. That's the utility of callouts. It's not so that you have information on where everybody is at any point in time. It's getting every individual person taking the same fight at the same time. Like, you don't need to be a GPS. In fact, it's just taking up extra space on the mic if you try to be a GPS and try to locate every single player. The only player you care to locate are your targets. Like, who are we targeting with this push? And as long as everyone knows the target, they know their weapons and know how to play the game well enough that they will know which direction they should be following up to get that target, since they're going to be looking at somebody else, because everyone's going to be pushing them from different directions.
Yeah, that's super helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Jem, can we watch the video on stream? If you really want to, I guess we could after we're done with Corey's VOD review, but I'm not going to make Corey wait for that whole time.
Watch party.
Yeah. Currently watching 4 Squid School videos at the same time. Oh my god, you're downloading so much knowledge. Very silly. Do you have any questions for me, Organic?
It would just be about the team comp thing. I already about that. It's something that we were trying to experiment with. We don't think Lugas can be a main of how it is right now.
I think that
It when
it depends heavily on which weapons everybody else can play. Because, for example, it wouldn't be the hardest thing to put Zarion on a more aggressive shooter, or to put Robin on a more aggressive shooter, and to have that be the source, and to still build your team around the Glugans. That's an option. What you could also do is, you're playing a lot like Tetris. You could just pick up Tetris. They're pretty similar. And you're going to be able to make those aggressive plays around corners a lot more reliably, like when you were getting up on the plat and trying to push them. That was a Tetris play. That's something that Tetris do. And that might suit your playstyle pretty well, given that you already play this kind of a weapon mechanically. It'll be a little bit of an adjustment for sure, and you're going to be passing up on having a Booyah Bomb, but you already had plenty of good specials from the rest of your team. So, I don't know. I think that there are definitely some options to make very doable changes to which weapons each individual person is playing to arrive at something that has significantly more slaying power. So, don't just give up on I'll never be able to play this weapon again. The team comp can definitely flex around it and make it work. And maybe, sometimes, Zarion says, I particularly want to play Splash here, and so then you go Tetris, and you say, I particularly want to play Tetris here, and so Zarion goes on something more aggressive. Like, or yeah, I want to play Glugas here, I mean. So, like, you can compromise, you can figure things out that way. Don't despair that's, like, the team just doesn't work or anything, because I think that there are some very small changes you can make that will give you a lot more fighting power in that regard.
Here, I've definitely been, like, a little bit annoyed with how, like, coming, and I've almost been thinking about dropping the weapon just because of how things are going, but it's good. We'll keep trying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I had a very similar moment with the Vanilla Blaster, and what I ultimately decided about V-Blaster was that this weapon works, except that all 3 members of my team need to be playing particular kinds of weapons to make it work. Like, I need a lot of paint, and I need someone to be able to go in and support me. Like, it felt every time that I was picking it like I was making all 3 members of my team play differently than they wanted to accommodate it. And so I ended up playing shooters instead more because they were more self-sufficient. They didn't need as much help. They could paint for themselves and still have a pretty similar impact. And it was just easier to fit into comps that way. It's not to say that I would never pick up a blaster again. Like, if we had the perfect comp for it and someone was like, yeah, go for it, like, I'd grab an S-Blast or a Rapid or something like that. Like, I'm not above playing blasters in competitive play, but, like, it needs to be a very particular comp to make that happen. And you might be in a similar position to that with the Glugas. Like, you might need your team to accommodate for it. So it might be a situation where you're like, hey, this is a really good Glugas map. I would benefit from playing Glugas here. Can we make this work? And maybe on, like, those map modes, those kinds of places, that's when you pull them out. But then in places like this on Museum, where you're going to be playing up and playing aggressive and running at the enemy team, maybe then the Tetras are a better choice for you, because that's going to enable you to do that thing you're already doing better.
Okay.
So I'm going to move on to Corey's VOD review now. Corey, you around?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So thank you so much, Organic. And if you have any questions, or your team has any questions that come up afterwards or anything like that, feel free to just DM me. I'm happy to answer over Discord. I'm going to go and get some water really quickly, because I have to turn off the air conditioner to stream, because otherwise it's heard on stream. And it's hot in here, and I need water. So I'm going to go and get that, but I'll be right back in like 20 seconds, and we'll get started. In the meantime, here's a frog.
Aw. It's cute.
Oh, what a cute frog.
Reminds me of my teammate who has a toad picture that's really cute for his profile picture.
Frog hat. I mean, strawberry hat.
Okay. Thank you, Frog. Here we go. So we're looking at Corey here playing the paintbrush. I have to guess that this is...
It's actually the leader.
Oh, you're the leader. Right. Okay. I got thrown off by the fact that you had Wavebreaker. Whoops.
Yeah, and also, this was Anarchy series solo queue.
Yeah, I figured it was probably solo queue, because your teammates consist entirely of the new weapons. This is something that happens at the start of every season. Everyone's really excited to play the new weapons and want to figure them out, and they're labbing them out to figure out how they work. And so your solo lobbies end up consisting of like 2 paintbrushes and an S-Blast. And that's what you have to work with. And so you just kind of pray that the new weapons that they're trying out can actually paint, because otherwise we're in some trouble. And I think we're in some trouble here. The paintbrush is going to have to be painting a lot. And it might be a good idea for you to play off your roll a little bit and paint a little bit to make up for the fact that you have 2 blasters on your team and they do not have 2 blasters on their team. Because the danger here is that if you don't paint enough, you can't see where the roller is. The more you paint the map, the more easy it is to spot sharking weapons. Weapons that are going to hide in the ink and ambush you. And so the less paint we have, the more places we have to be scared there's a roller hiding. We probably do not win pop here. There's just not enough DPS on the team. Blasters, they have high burst damage, but they don't have a really high DPS. Do you know what that means?
Damage per second?
Yeah. And the difference between DPS and burst damage?
What burst damage is like how much you can output at once?
Exactly, yes. So a good way to think about it is burst damage is how fast can you splat one player, whereas DPS is how much damage can you do in 10 seconds. High burst damage usually comes with low DPS because otherwise that'd be insane. Like, imagine you could just like have a Hydra Splatling but not have to charge it. That would be what it would be like to have high burst damage and high DPS. So, yeah. We're not going to get popped there. So what I would be doing, given that we have double blaster and it's Rainmaker, so we're never going to pop that way, is I would just ignore the shield and look for enemy players who are painting the shield to see if you can get any picks while they're trying to paint the shield. And maybe then you start the game off, you know, they pop the Rainmaker, but you've got a splat and now you've got advantage. Maybe that's a way that you can play off of it.
Okay.
So I'm glad that you're noticing that there was someone threatening on the right-hand ramp there, and you backed up and prepared for that. 2 down over there. Spooky. Yeah, okay. At this point, we've got to be really careful.
It's really glitchy.
What was that?
The screen share, it's really glitchy. Oh no, hold, let me refresh it.
It might be that it's just the internet connection. If the internet connection is weak, that could make it so that you're unlikely to be able to see very smoothly.
Oh, it's better now.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, you're doing about the best you can here. One thing I would advise is trying to shift positions really frequently. And there aren't that many positions you can shift to from where you are on Mahi here. But like moving to like maybe on top of goal and trying to shoot down at ramp from there, or maybe like peeking around the left-hand side before you hop back up onto the platform. Just like, even if you can't move very far, as long as they don't know where the laser is going to be coming from, they're less likely to pick the right piece of cover to put between you and them. Because if they're able to keep cover between you and them the whole time, and you're never actually able to find a shot, your teammates are basically fighting a 3v4. So it's important to be finding a spot that they're not expecting and to try and fire from there. Nice shot. Okay, that was a trade, and I'm glad. It's good that I like that you have the impulse to check over to the left and spot that there was a fight that happened there, and then to learn, okay, they traded, and now you're looking back. Like, that shows good awareness that you looked back and forth like that. Okay, nice, and we should be able to set up to camp this jump easily enough. Ooh, I think we shot the floor there, or something.
Oh, I think my timing was a little bit off.
Gotcha, okay. But, yeah. Right idea, just, take your time, set yourself up. Something that might help is having a little bit of a routine for how you're going to do it, so that you start just like, okay, just 1, 2, and shoot. Like when you see the jump icon turning black. Just maybe have something to center yourself so you're not getting overexcited. Like, I always found, for example, in bowling, like, whenever I did this thing where I grabbed the ball, took a breath, and then step, 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 throw, and I had that rhythm in my head and did it at the same speed every time, that it made me a lot less likely to do something that made the ball go somewhere different or messed up my timing or anything like that. Like, just get into a rhythm for it so that you're like, and now, and you hit the shot exactly when you need to.
Okay.
And hello, OTOD Tag. Welcome to stream. Really weird that the water still moves in the background even the replay is paused. Yeah, the reason it happens that way is that the water is a background element that you can't interact with, whereas other parts of the stage are something that can change. And what's happening when you pause... like, this whole thing is an actual instanced game. Like, when I'm looking at the replay here, this is an actual in-game situation that the game is simulating. It's not a recording. It's not a video recording. We're looking at the game being played in front of us just by inputs that were already recorded. All it records is what buttons people press and at what times. And so the background elements are just going to stay the way they are. The parts that are going to freeze are the parts that are based on what inputs people made. Save inputs or player positions and states. I figure the easiest way to do it would be with inputs. You'd have to save, player positions and states as well, but the player positions and states can be generated based on what inputs are pressed. Like, all of that can be calculated after the fact based on those inputs and what weapons they have. So I figure that's all the data that they really need to record. Like, think about this like the game is being played online, except each player, rather than being a human being, is a computer that is executing the inputs that a player made in a previous game. That's basically what's happening right here. Nice. Okay, we get dunked for that. And good, we're moving to an advanced position. We take the shot there. I think you're possibly one of the better candidates for picking up the Rainmaker here. Because the thing about Rainmaker is that you need to be able to push up in front of the Rainmaker to make it safe for the Rainmaker to advance. Well, if one of your weapons that's capable of pushing up grabs the Rainmaker, now that's one player fewer who can push up. If you grab the Rainmaker, because you're an E-leader, like you are not the weapon that's going to be pushing up with the front line and everything, then everyone who can push up is still available to do that for you. And you have a higher likelihood of the space in front of you being cleared safely to be able to score with. So I would probably, instead of firing shots from here, I'd probably grab Rainmaker and go.
Oh, yeah. The only reason why I decided to, try to fire shots, I was just... Well, my mindset was maybe, if I just, keep scaring them with my laser, then they can't really be super aggressive.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely has an impact. But I think the impact there is more suppressing them instead of, forcing them out of the way. You can't make them move back. All you can do is, make them hide and stay in the same place. Whereas, a frontline weapon can actually get in there and make it so that they need to leave and create even more space for the Rainmaker to move in.
Oh.
So, usually I would say that that's probably the role you want to be playing. Now, there are some positions where having your super long range, you might be able to, get picks or see things that other people are going to have a harder time contesting. So, maybe if, I don't know. Maybe if there's just a really good vantage point to the place you're trying to push into. Oh, here's one, actually. I've seen a lot of E-liter players set up in mid on humpback. Because if the Rainmaker push is going through on the right, and you're positioned in mid, you can often pick players who are looking to their left to stop the Rainmaker, and can't see you because you're on their right. And that can sometimes help you get picked. So that's a situation where it might make more sense for someone else to pick it up. But I think most of the time, the weapon that is least capable of pushing the enemy team backward is the weapon that you want to be picking up the Rainmaker. And I would say that that's you in this instance.
Okay.
And that's a rough situation there, because with chargers in Rainmaker, sometimes you just kind of have to make the shot to be able to stop the Rainmaker, save the game. And so sometimes you just miss and they get past you and they, almost KO. Part of it was the positioning as well, that you're so far over on the left-hand side there that they could move across the right side and be out of range of you. If you'd shifted a little bit more to the middle, then you would have had a better view of them.
Yeah, and also, I think at this point I was starting to panic because my hands were really shaky, which also could have contributed to me messing up that shot, I think.
Yeah, in a pressure situation like that, it's definitely going to be hard to hit the shot. But something that I've learned about top-level charger players is that they tend to be very, very calm people. Freakishly, unusually calm. That you can put them in a pressure cooker and they're just going to keep talking like this. They're going to be super chill. They're just going to be talking like that. Very level head, very stoic. So I think it would, if that tends to be a problem that you encounter a lot, of getting really nervous with important shots, there are actually some meditation techniques that I think would be really helpful, because a lot of meditation is largely about clearing your mind of other thoughts than whatever it is you want to be focusing on. So learning just very basically sit in a dark room, make it really quiet, and just get your head to a point where you have nothing going on in your brain. There are no thoughts firing at all. Reach that kind of level of self-awareness. Once you kind of experience what that's like, a lot of the time I find I can just close my eyes and and open my eyes again, and I've kind of hit a reset button. So that's something that I've found to be helpful personally. It helped a lot in particular for Smash Bros, because that was something that I could do in between stocks. I get KO'd, I'm on the respawn platform, I have 2.5 seconds, and I'm back, and all of the worries oh no, this guy's beating me, I should be beating this guy, or we're about to lose, or anything like that, all of that's gone, and I'm just okay, he's in the bottom left corner of the screen, so I'm going to drop out right. If he tries to come at me, I'm going to be able to cover myself with a forward air, and then I'm on the ground level, and now we're playing neutral, and, I'm thinking about the game at that point. I'm getting away from, oh no, I need to hit this, I'm getting away from, oh no, we're about to lose. I'm getting away from thinking about the result, the W or the L, and I'm thinking about hitting my shot. I'm thinking about my positioning. I'm thinking about where the enemy players are. I'm thinking about where the objective is, where I need to be positioning next. I'm thinking about the things that actually help me to win the game, instead of scaring myself about whether I'm going to win the game and distracting myself from actually winning the game.
Okay.
Nice shot. Did the Rainmaker fall off the ledge? I think that's what happened there. Nice shot. I like that you're picking it up. Ooh. It was a rough situation because you did have the auto bomb behind. Do you know about Rainmaker strafing?
Oh, no.
So, do you know what sub-strafing is?
Yes.
So, Rainmaker strafing is basically sub-strafing, except instead of stopping your momentum by starting to throw a sub-weapon, you're stopping your momentum by starting to charge with the Rainmaker shot. And you don't, like, fire the Rainmaker shot or anything. You can cancel it really quickly by swimming, but you just, like, swim, press ZR, press ZL immediately, and then swim someplace else. And that's a way that you can kind of turn around. I think what you kind of wanted to do there, because there was autobomb to your left or enemy players to your right. I think the enemy players are more threatening there. I think what you want to do is be on the side with the autobomb. And so in order to do that, what you've got to do is trigger the autobomb to explode and then, you know, back up away from it so that it's not like following you into the place you would rather be, but it's exploding in a more harmless location, and then you can move to where you actually want to go from there. And so the way you would do that here is swim at the autobomb, Rainmaker strafe away once it starts to trigger, and then you're probably safe, and you're behind the goal instead of being forced out to the other side of the goal by the bomb.
Oh, okay.
Autobombs in general, the best practice is to get them to explode as soon as it's possibly safe to do so that they're not spending as much time controlling where you stand. You want to just, like, get it out of there so that it's not following you around and scaring you constantly and, like, being threatening the whole time. You don't want it to be controlling your positioning for that long.
Okay.
We're on our way out. Someone went down on left there. There was already some blue ink going on over there, so we might have been able to take a look at that, but okay. Sure, if they're just going to put themselves up there on a silver platter for you. Cool. We take those. Unfortunately, nobody's helping you pop, so you can't actually go get it. So that would have actually been a good opportunity to get it up onto the plat, except that now you had nobody to keep you safe while you tried. Okay, nice. Ah, unfortunate. Smart of Jelly not to try and go in there and grab it. There's nobody in front of them. But we're going to have to get in there at some point here. It's going to reset. That means we're going to need to focus really heavily on getting this pop. Because we only have 10 seconds left in the match. So we need to make sure that it's popped and picked up before time runs out. And with, you know, this few players alive, that might be challenging if they don't Reef Slider it, which they ended up doing. Yeah, we kind of needed to just run for it. Like, even if, you know, there are clearly enemies in the way, and we're probably going to get splatted for it. Who knows, you might get lucky, but there's a 100% chance you lose the game if nobody picks it up. And so, at some point, someone needed to go for it. I don't know if that person is you. You are probably the ideal person to be carrying it at the end. But go for the desperation play at the end, because it's literally all you can do. It's probably, you know, 99.9% of the chance, percent of the time you're going to lose anyway in that kind of a position, but you got to go for it anyway just to see. I would say that the... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying that I noticed at that very end I was trying to pick somebody off, and I think that's why I messed up. Like, I should have just ran straight for the Rainmaker as soon as it was popped.
Yeah, and that's just a matter of, like, awareness of the time and letting that, oh shoot, we have 5 seconds left kind of thing override your desire to splat someone. I call that like one of my psychological alarm bells. Like, I've got an alarm bell ringing in my head that says game's about to end, game's about to end, and that's getting my attention over what else I'm doing right there. Your team outslayed them like considerably. You did honestly a pretty solid job, I would say. Like, there are a couple of moments here and there where you probably could have outplayed or something and had a better chance, but like, I think the biggest thing that made this game a loss was the team comp. Just that there's not a lot of paint to go in with. It's kind of difficult to make a forward push when you have so little paint to work with and you're relying so heavily on getting picks, and the roller is going to be kind of left unseen, as is the paintbrush. So I think with a better comp, you honestly probably would have done fine. Just like, the whole team was focused on picks, and there was nobody there to really support the objective in the way that it needed to be supported to get further. The defense did also fall apart. I think that's one big section to look back at, like looking at the winning push that they made. Because up until that point, you guys had the lead, and that was what they rode all the way to the end. I think that the positioning at the end, like as they're making that push, you want to be making sure that you're going to be able to get in their way. You're going to be able to paint their feet. You're going to make it more challenging for them to walk forward, and to make it less that you have to hit one clutch shot to be able to stop them before they're just out of your range and you can't fire a second one at them. But, you kept yourself alive pretty well. You did hit some shots here and there. You got a pretty good special output, and you tried to play the Rainmaker where you could. So, not too bad of an effort, I would say. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, well, even though I had good special output, did I, like, throw them at awkward times, like my wave breakers?
I think they were generally good times. Wave breaker's a little bit tricky with the leader in that you can only throw it so far, and you want to stay really far back most of the time with the E-leader, to the point where, throwing a wave breaker from a lot of the positions you want to play from, it's just not going to hit anything. So, the further forward you can get those wave breakers safely, the better. Like, if you can get them up over ledges, if you can throw them forward and then back up yourself, like, the further up you can get them, the better, because it seemed like a lot of the time they were far enough back that the enemy team was able to just kind of stay away from them. But that's, like, again, it's something that's dissonant about the weapon. It's something where you'd rather have that with more of a mid-ranged weapon or a short-ranged weapon, because then the waves are actually going to hit something that's close enough that you're going to, do damage to it.
Okay. And, yeah, so, I'm trying to think of something else. How? So basically, were my main issues were like positioning and focusing on picks at the wrong time?
I think that's a pretty good summary, yeah. Making sure to mix up your positioning is important, but also making sure that in moments where you need to be playing defense, that you're already in position to defend that position. Like, if someone's got the Rainmaker and they're pushing against you, and they're clearly indicating that they're going to push on the right side, you want to shift closer to the right-hand side, just at least close enough that you have shots on them for the entire path towards your goal, rather than being on the far left. If you're... like, when your team was pushing up, you were generally taking some good advanced positions to, give yourself a little bit of reach and maybe help people as they're pushing up. So I thought that was pretty good. When you were in neutral and defense, though, I think sometimes you got kind of stuck in the same spot. You weren't rotating as much. and it felt like they were able to play around you a little better and kind of force you out of play because they knew where you were going to be.
Yeah, like that one time where their roller was poking me over that ledge.
Exactly. At a certain point, like once they know where you are, you gotta just move someplace else and play from there instead. Thank you so much for the renewed membership, Ram. Appreciate it.
I think that's all of my questions. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. And best of luck not getting this comp again in solo queue.
Yeah, I know. I've been struggling with Rainmaker a lot.
Yeah, it's not an easy mode for a charger, so, you know, you're not the only one.
So do I just sleep now?
Yeah, if you don't have any more questions, then yeah, we're all done. So thank you to both you, Corey, and to Organic Ink, if they're still here, for being willing to come on the show and give us footage to look at. Always appreciate that people are willing to, you know, hear someone talk about what they're doing wrong in front of like 100 people. That can be nerve-wracking. That takes a little bit of bravery, and so do appreciate that. Gives us stuff that we can all learn from.
Yeah, and also I say thank you for letting me get another lesson anyways, because I actually had one a year ago, and I was nervous to ask again because I thought, like, if I had gotten this slot, I would be taking it away from someone else. So I just want to say thank you for still giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, no problem. It was a year ago, right? Like, there are some people who have, you know, been on, you know, a few months at a time, stuff like that. Like we've had a few repeats here and there. So, yeah, not a problem. And best of luck, like I said, in continuing to squid gooder. So,
thank you.
Have a good one, y'all.
Yeah, have a good one.
I think that it felt like they had something more to say, but I already left the call. That's awkward. I'm really bad at that. I'm really bad at knowing when people are done talking. You might have been able to tell from the way that these conversations have gone. Well. Okay. And Bulk Help has offered Corey some e-leader advice. So if you're still listening to stream there, Corey, you can hit them up. They were the e-leader player from the previous game that we've VOD reviewed. So that might be helpful to you. Okay, Screech. I think we will call it there for the stream. I'm going to go and find a raid target. Looks like Rafa's playing. We'll go and raid Rafa. Rafa is a high-level Luna Blaster player. So we can go and see them. It looks like they are also playing PvP at the moment. So we'll get that all started. If you are looking for more Squid School things, like the videos that I have been linking, there are my links. They are in the chat there. So you can check those out. We've got a Discord server. We've got a Twitter. We've got TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. I also have a Medify where you can pay for lessons like these at times other than, 2 months in the future. And I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me there. Patreon supporters and YouTube members gain access to the nominations and voting for Silly Comp Sundays, the stream that we do every Sunday. So if you would like to get input on what silly comps we decide to run, that would be where you do it. So thanks again, everybody. And we're going to go and say hi to Rafa. School's out.